Welcome back. 79 CBX by Honda, 6-cylinder, 5-speed. It was quite the media darling at the time, quite an attention getter. A lot of motor hanging off of this bike. It's got just under 14,000 miles on it. I believe I'm the third owner. Had to have the tank patched up. The metal itself was rotted out from water having gotten inside and rotted from the inside. So the paint, when I got it, looked beautiful, except for some telltale bubbles along here. So we had the bottom of it cut out, some patch panels welded in, and then I coated the interior of it. Somewhere along the way, tank got a couple of good dents here and here. I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, maybe a couple steinths. But it's a iconic tank, hard to come by, very expensive to try to find them used. This one's got a crappy old 6-into-1. I don't know the brand. I don't think there's a tag anywhere on it, although I'll be honest with you, I've never scrutinized it front to back. So I'm not sure what the brand is, but the baffles are delightfully cooked out of it. So when it does run, it sounds fantastic. I hope to get the tank painted up soon this year. The original tailpiece got badly shattered when a brake rotor fell off a shelf and onto it. So I've got pieces of tail section, but I've also got a plastic eBay special. Hopefully I can get something going here. Paint match, presumably. I presume I want to go back to the old red, but I don't know. I'm open to ideas and suggestions to spruce it up a little bit. I've got a new chain and sprockets. I actually did a 520 conversion. I ran one on my nitrous drag bike and it did just fine. And this does not make the horsepower my nitrous drag bike made. A tri-metal rear sprocket on it. I think I kept the gearing stock. As of right now, I don't believe I've run her in a year. Turn the fuel on. Give it a couple of moments to fill the float bowls. Choke up here on the handlebar. There it is. That's choke on. On there. Key on. There we go. A little noisy. So I got to admit, the engine's a little noisier than I remember it last time. It's got a complex Hyvo timing chain and jack shaft system. The alternator and starter run behind the engine off a jack shaft as opposed to mounted on the crank ends as they normally are. Honda did that to reduce the width of this thing, which is cumbersome as it seems. I think I heard it's like 3/4 of an inch wider at the crankcase, at the crankshaft than a CB750 was. So a lot of it's just the way the engine smacks you visually, I suppose. But that having been said, I've never adjusted the Hyvo chains on this. I have no idea what the tensioners look like. All I know is I've ridden it on the street maybe 500 miles since I bought it quite a few years ago now, 10-ish, maybe more, probably more, usually more. Yeah, I still had the Miata, so it was some time ago. It runs and pulls like a horse. So what I think I'm going to do is pull the plugs. I've got a new set of, I'm going to try some iridiums in there. I don't know if that makes sense. I bet you copper NGKs are the best thing you could probably put in it, but I have the iridiums. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to put them in here. Change the oil and filter. Get a look at what the old oil looks like. Maybe run a magnet through it, run it through a coffee filter, see what I got. So we'll try a few things to spruce it up. The tires are god-awful old. The fork seals are puking. The brakes never worked even when they were brand new. Utter garbage compared to anything in this day and age. I've often thought about putting my Honda 919 front end on this, which is no technological marvel by any stretch of the imagination, but it's much stouter tubes, much better brakes, twin piston calipers, even though again they're relatively humble by the standards of the early 2000s when that bike came out. They're leaps ahead of what's on the front end of this thing, that's for sure. That would also give me the option of going with modern tubeless sport radials. Then you have to wonder, what are you going to do out back? You know, the swing arms on these things aren't great. I believe they've got plastic bushings instead of bearings. So these are the things I'm thinking about as summer's starting to wind down here in South Central Alaska. A few things to think about for sure with old Betsy here. She's got some problems, but she's got some strengths as well. So I thought you might like a closer look at the bike, and perhaps you can drop in the comments and give me some ideas on what directions I might take with this precious gem in the future. Bit of a rat at the moment. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Check back.